everybody. Welcome and happy Friday to you. It is, let's see, what is today? Friday, the 27th of January. My hair is down and I'm ready to party. Did I convince anyone that I've ever actually partied? I will say I went to karaoke last night. I've been to karaoke, for instance, last year at the legendary meetup in Portland. I went to karaoke, but I put my name in the hat, but it didn't get drawn until after I left. So I successfully never sang karaoke in my life until last night, when I sang a duet with a woman I don't know, but it was very fun. It was, so maybe I do party, okay? Maybe my hair's down for a reason. What do you say to that? All right, so today we are talking about what we're going to read in the upcoming months on the Legendarium. We do have a few things still on the docket that we need to get through, but just trying to plan ahead a little bit. And I'm considering doing another another pay to read drive. I'm not sure if I want to do it, or if I do, how I would want to do it. But years ago, if you guys remember when we did the Chronicles of Narnia, the reason we did the Chronicles of Narnia, gosh, this must have been almost 5 years ago now. I was building this studio and trying to raise some funds to get it built. And so I put it out there that I said, here's our short list. Here's like 5 titles that we think we might want to read. You can add your own, you can nominate your own, but here are the 5 that we think would be good ones. And what we did was, it wasn't GoFundMe. It was something like that. It was one of those like one-time donation sites. And we said like $1. If you give $1, that's one vote. We're very, it wasn't highly democratic in the strictest sense, but we said $1 equals one vote, and people, they'd chip in $5 for us to read this, and $10 to read that, and $1 to read that, and so the votes were coming in, and then somebody gave like $300 or $400 or something for us to read Narnia. And so we did Narnia because that one pretty much blew all the other ones out of the water. It was a successful fundraising event, and I kind of need to do another one now because this computer, I bought the computer that I'm working from right now. At that time, when we finished the studio, I bought this desktop for me to do my video editing, audio editing, live streaming, whatnot, and it's showing its age, and I need to get it replaced. So maybe that would be a good reason to do one of those pay-to-play voting drives. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Hello to Nano Tyrannus, Padre Philippe, Josh, Lady Sweden. Let's see. I assume you're talking to everybody else in the chat. I brought a few of my own. And I'm excited to hear some of yours as well. Okay, so we'll get there. Good. You have tons of recommendations. Yeah, Josh, you've been with us for a while, so I imagine you do remember that. I also, can we just acknowledge this is the only like trace of gray, and it's only on this side. I don't even have it like on the other side. Maybe the left side of my chin got really scared at some point. Scared at gray. Okay. Ooh, Dracula. Good one. That's an excellent choice. Todd, I believe you just joined the Discord this week, right? This week, last week? I remember a Todd coming in. Could be you, could be somebody else. Anyway, welcome. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Let me, oh man. First of all, let me get these cords out of my way. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I want to share. Let's just share. You know what? No. Yes, let's do this one. Okay. We're going to share this tab. Excellent. Okay, in fact, let's go ahead and blow it up even a little more. And we're going to call this Okay, this is, let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's just call it master TBR list. There we go. Okay. In fact, yeah, we'll just put that down here so people know what we're doing. Okay. And we'll create a TBR list from that. All right. So with that in mind, what I want to see is I'm trying to remember what the titles were that I put on the thumbnail. Okay, so oh gosh, what did I put on the thumbnail? There it is. Okay, so I'll put the ones that I threw on there. It wasn't because I was like really set on them. It's just some of them are on my shelf in the back already. And and let's blow this up to like 30 maybe. We'll bring this up to 150, something like that. Okay, maybe you guys can see that better. So let's see. We've got Song of Ice and Fire. Oh, I liked this one. I was looking around for ideas, and that one came through. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What's her name? V.E. Schwab. There we go. What else we got? Do a little Lovecraft maybe. And I'm sure that typing is very loud, but oh well, we do what we have to. Okay, so there we go. I think that's, is that everything I put on there? Oh, Dragonflight. There we go. Okay, cool. So with that in mind, oh boy. Oh, hey, thank you very much for this, Plixie. I'm Plixiplox? Plixiplox? Somebody mentioned Gormangast on Discord, and I think that's a great suggestion. So yeah, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. Am I saying it right? Gormangast? Gormangast. Oh, I don't know. Mervyn Peak. That's a fairly new one, isn't it? Let's see. Gormangast. British author Mervyn Peak. Let's see, when was it? Oh, 2000. Oh, no, this has been around for a while. Oh, my gosh, this is old. Sorry, I'm thinking of something else then. Gormangast, it goes all the way back to 1950, 1940s almost, it looks like. Okay, all right. Yeah, somebody else mentioned that. So there's those, and then there's somebody else on Discord mentioned something else, maybe like a George MacDonald or something that had influenced Tolkien or potentially influenced Tolkien. Okay. What was it? Needs money to keep his hair colored. Absolutely. Asymmetrical aging. Yeah. So I smile crooked, which in the books, like they always talk about like a crooked grin, as kind of like impish and cute and whatever. And no, it's not so much for me. But I wonder if like we all, I shouldn't say we all, but very few of us actually hold our heads straight as a rule. And so I tend to lean just a little bit to is it my left or my right? I think it's my left. And it can like gravity can affect the way your face ages over time and like pull one side down if you lean pretty heavily. So I don't know why I'm going on this tangent, but hey, what is the Legendarium if not just a tangent for your life, right? You need money for a Dyson Airwrap. I don't even know what that is. A Dyson Airwrap. What is that? I'm looking at oh, is it for my hair? It's like a hair dryer? Okay. Oh, a styler for voluminous curls or waves in longer hair. Hey, there you go. Yeah, sure. The Apple of home devices. Yeah, I need to figure out some hair stuff. Either that or cut it. We'll see. Maybe that should be our uh uh fundraiser is people can vote, like vote with your dollars whether Craig cuts his hair or keeps it long. What could go wrong? Nothing. Okay. Is it mainly you and Ryan we're suggesting for? Sorry, I'm going to try to catch up. Oh my gosh, I'm going to try to catch up. We'll see how it goes. Is it mainly for you and Ryan? Um, Count on that. Yes, I know that after April, so in the late spring, early summer, Todd will be a little more available. He's working on his PhD thesis or dissertation, and it's crunch time on that. So he's in the midst of all that stuff. But later in the year, he will be much more available, and so I assume that when he becomes more active, then that'll kind of pull Ken into. Well, no, Ryan and I have been doing a good job of bringing Ken in for like the Abercrombie stuff. But anyway, yeah, I assume that we'll be able to do a little more once he gets going. But primarily, I think it's safe to say that just think of me and Ryan first, and then we'll pull in other panelists or assign books or whatever, however it makes sense. So that's a good question. Are we doing authors, books, or series? Yes. One wants to find books you are likely to enjoy. Don't want any burnout. Yeah, this is actually sorry. Back on this, these two kind of tie together because I do. As I was looking at, I pulled V.E. Schwab's trilogy off my shelf, and I was kind of looking at it like, oh, maybe this is something we want to read next. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want another kind of large trilogy at the moment. Obviously, in fantasy, that's unavoidable, and we will get to more trilogies and series and all that stuff. But I do kind of have my eye on a few more standalones right now. So I will probably weight my own decision making a little more heavily towards standalones and proven standalones. Versus longer series or newer stuff that is still kind of not exactly what you'd call tried and true. Okay. I'd love to see your reaction to Once a Future King. Yeah. I remember reading, I can't remember, honestly, this is how bad my memory is for certain things. Not for everything, but for certain things. I can't remember if I read it in high school or faked reading it in high school. I know I read some of it. I just can't remember if I actually finished it or just faked it. I was very good at faking it in high school with the book reports and stuff like that. Let's see. Powder Mage when? I'm not sure. Honestly, I started Powder Mage a while ago. I think I got like 5, 6, 7 chapters in, something like that. I was listening to it while I was at the gym, and it didn't grab my attention. It wasn't. I didn't think it was bad. And I quite like Brian McClellan. He and I have met at lots of events and whatnot. He did Author's Shelf. That's right. He did the Black Count on Author's Shelf. Super nice guy. So it's none of that stuff. I just. Like it's kind of dropped down on my TBR lately, but it's still there. I do want to read it at some point. I was talking about this yesterday with Little Red Book. She and I were talking about stuff that we could do coming up. And Star Wars, let's see, EU or new canon. Yeah, if I did EU stuff, it's got to be with Drew McCaffrey from Inking Out Loud. If we do new stuff, yeah, I know he's read a lot of the new stuff too, not all of it, but Ryan would be awesome for the new stuff. More Terry Pratchett is always welcome. Yeah, so we were supposed to do Going Postal with Brandon Sanderson. We had him on for The Truth, and it was it was the very first Author's Shelf episode. It was a great episode, great conversation. After that, it was really fun because it was like, not only can this guy write, but he's actually really good at reading too, like and discussing. And I thought that was a great episode and a great discussion. And so we said, hey, do you want to come back and talk more Discworld? And he said, yeah, let's do Going Postal. And that was 2.5 years ago. And then stuff got in the way. You know, he's a busy dude. Nobody's upset about this, obviously. But that was 2.5 years ago. And every once in a while, you know, I'd run into him or his assistant at events or something, and I'd be like, hey, you know, or Adam, the guy who works with Brandon, he'd be like, oh man, I'm still, you know, we'll find some time to do Going Postal. And I'm just like, whatever, maybe. I'll believe it when I see it. So there's a part of me that wants to just schedule Going Postal and then email Brandon and say like, hey, if you want to do it, this is when we're doing it. We'd love to have you, but I don't know. We'll see. Tamsin Weir. Okay. Well, definitely heard some calls for Tamsin Weir, so that's a good one. Oh, you know what? Let's write some of these down. And I apologize if I missed some of yours. Then just throw something on there. I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? I'll throw this down there too. Just that was kind of like my quick short list. And then we'll throw these down there as well. Let's see. The Locked Tomb. Tamsin Weir. Okay, great. Let's see. What did I miss? Okay, Star Wars. Star Wars. Let's see. Pratchett. Gideon the Ninth. Is that the same? Is that in the Locked Tomb? Is that like a book within that? Let me know if that's different. But I'll move on. You guys can let me know if I missed something that you said. Loving the list. Good, Cody. Glad to hear it. Let's see. City of Stairs. Oh, Robert Jackson Bennett. Yeah. I heard that name thrown around a lot. Stairs or stars? Stairs. Robert Jackson Bennett. Oh man, it's still. You know what? We're just gonna. Sorry, Robert J. Bennett. I want to keep it to one line. I'm just kind of mean like that. You know what? In fact, let's do that with Tamsin Weir as well. Okay. You know, that's what we'll do. Robert Jackson Bennett. Got it. Oh, you know what? Let's be fair. Okay. I'm nothing if not fair, you guys. Okay. Redwall. Yep. Redwall update. We've never done Redwall as far as I know. Let's see. Dragon Waiting. John. Oh my gosh. Ford. There we go. Hey Kip, welcome. Sorry, I know I'm so far behind. Oh my gosh, you guys are going crazy here. This is amazing. How do I feel about sci-fi? Oh, I love sci-fi, and we love Mary Robinette Kowal. I assume that's who you're talking about. Patreon perk to style Craig's hair. Absolutely. That's who doesn't love having their hair did, right? Having their hair played with. It's great fun. Okay. Let's see. So Lady Astronauts. Yeah, something by Mary Robinette would be great. Lady Astronauts. Mary Robinette Kowal. Okay. Let's see what else we got. He'll be back and have a PhD to harass you all with. Yeah, he'll be insufferable. And the thing is, I'll have to head him off at the pass, right? So he'll want to throw the PhD in our faces, and so I'll just mercilessly mock him for it before he gets a chance to harass us with it. That's the best defense is a good offense, right? So I got to let him have it. Once he has that, I will introduce him as Dr. Todd Wente every time, and I will never say it normally, ever. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Greenbone Saga. Fonda Lee. Great. This is a good one. Naomi Novik. I've kind of been meaning to read some Naomi Novik just on my own. There are some hilarious like videos online of people reading Naomi Novik aloud. And blushing a lot. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Library at Mount Char. 2 standalones. Okay. At Mount Char. And then what was it? Scott Hawkins. Oops. I know how to spell things. It's cool. Powder Mage is decent. I'm actually, no, I guess I'm not surprised to hear you say that. I hear a lot of people complain about certain aspects of it. But overall, I do hear that it's pretty good. Kings of the Wilds. Yeah, that's true. Okay, all right. So, let me write this one down. Kings of the Wild. I'm laughing because what you don't know, unless you live in Utah, is that, gosh, this must have been 4 years ago-ish, give or take a little bit. There was a guy, like an author, a Mormon author in Utah. I don't know how popular he still is. Probably still pretty popular. I don't keep track. But he was a very popular Mormon author, like Mormon-centric. Wrote 2 Mormons about Mormons, right? And he started this. He started what's basically a club, like a guys' club, and it was called Tribe of Kings. But it was I can't remember if it was Tribe or Kings that was spelled with a Y. It's just my wife and I would see the billboard as we drive through Salt Lake City and would just laugh our heads off. And we'd look up the website and read some of the About Us pages. And it was hilarious. I won't get more into it than that, other than to say that now if I see something like this, Kings of the Wild with a Y, it does kind of set off my funny bone a little bit. So Senlin Ascends. Okay. Tell you what, y'all read too much. Okay. Dracula is not the wrong genre. And yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Dracula is not the wrong genre at all. And we do need a Halloween book. We haven't been consistent about doing that every Halloween, but we did it with Frankenstein. I can't remember if it was the same year that we did Frankenstein and then Blue Team did Goosebumps. But those were both really fun episodes, I thought. Frankenstein is fabulous if you're in the mood for a certain type of writing. Have y'all read any Robin Hobb? No. No, we haven't read any Robin Hobb. No. Yes, we have read the first. I can't even remember what it's called. The first trilogy. What's it? Yeah, somebody's already yelling at me in the comments. What's it called? Oh, you guys are going so fast I can't keep up with you. Yes, our first Robin Hobb episode on Assassin's Apprentice is kind of legendary for pissing people off, frankly. We got a lot of people upset because we didn't like the book. And come to find out, we probably didn't like the book just because our expectations were wildly different than what was delivered. And we got into that like in later episodes. And most of us on the podcast kind of came around to her style and that series. But that first Robin Hobb episode that we did, and I don't know what episode number it is, so don't ask. But yeah, we took a lot of crap for that. Oh, Roger's Last, yeah, that's I hear that one a lot. Lord of Light. You get that right? I think so. I don't know why you're winking at me with that one. Yeah, I don't know. But wait, now I'm scared. I feel like I need to mark this as like Kip said this and winked. So tread lightly. Okay. Master of 5 Magics. Okay. I'm writing all these down, and then we can all argue about it in about 5 minutes. So give me a sec, okay? Before you guys throw more stuff in the chat, let me catch up to you. Master of what was it? 5 Magics. Yeah, Magox. And then what was the name? Lyndon Hardy. Oh, boo. You know what? There we go. Sorry. Lord of Light is great. Oh, okay. And no Winky Face. So, all right. Josiah Bancroft. Yeah, I hear that name a lot. Books of Babel. Oh, yeah, Babel. Bancroft. Sorry, my phone is interfering with my typing. That's why I feel slow. I better finish my juice. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's true. Sorry, this one. How about the Tawny Man? And then Josh answered that. Yeah, Green Team has covered it, but not us. Yeah, that was a whole story. Oh, no, The Witcher. That's a great one. I have mostly thoroughly enjoyed the show, the Netflix show. Not entirely. There are things about it that I haven't loved as much. But the Netflix series is a great example of you know that thing where sometimes shows or movies that adapt really nerdy content are afraid of how nerdy their content is, and I don't know quite how to explain it better than that, but it's kind of like, well, we want to adapt this material, but we don't want to go too far into it because it's going to turn off general audiences or whatever, and so it never quite finds its identity. The Witcher is a great example of just lean into it, go for it. It's a campy, violent, like weirdly sexual, magic-y series. It's just like, it just goes for it, and I really respect that about the Netflix series, at least. So I can't speak to the source material yet, but let's see. Okay, you know what, this list is getting pretty long. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is let's see, can I, how far, oh my gosh, you guys have got so many things on here. Okay, here, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to fly through these. Silo series. Got Scythe. We've got Snow Crash. And then I'm going to have you all vote for your top 3. So keep that in mind. Don't decide yet. Ooh, Poopy War. Poppy War. Genre Knots series. Okay. Sorry, I assume you're talking about the Tribe of Kings thing. Josh, you should know exactly what I'm talking about. You live close by to Salt Lake. Tribe of Kips does. Yes, it does. Kips Tribe. Spear Cuts Through Water. I have heard a couple of calls for that lately. Maybe from you. That's probably... oh my gosh, that's how long that title is. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I do have Tigana sitting on my shelf. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? This is why, honestly, there are some channels in Discord that I have just muted. Recommendations is one of them because it's just, it feels like a constant onslaught, which is exactly what I'm sure a lot of you are looking for. For me, like I can't, it stresses me out. I can't do it. I need to concentrate on what I'm doing now. I can't think about what I'm going to be doing in 6 months or 6 years. So it stresses me out. Let's see. Oh, okay. So a V.E. Schwab standalone. All right. I like that. Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue. Up. Good. Oh my gosh. Okay, Murderbot. Oh, okay. So you guys are telling me that Books of Babel, and Senlona Sens, those are the same thing. Okay. Okay, cool. I'll take that off. Thank you. Let's see. Children of Time by Tchaikovsky. Or at least. Okay. Cities of the Weft trilogy. Oh my gosh. Okay, book 2 just came out. I'm gonna nix it right there and say we'll hold off. Okay. It's probably too new for my tastes, and it's probably and it's not done. So we'll see. I know. Oh yeah, playing hooky. Oh, if only you guys knew. Neil Gaiman books. You know, we did Stardust last. What would that have been? April, May. Oh, I think we didn't release it until like freaking August or something, but we recorded it during the meetup. But yeah, I was actually thinking of some more Neil Gaiman, maybe like Sandman or something. You know, I'm not gonna just put the author. We'll need to. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh my. Oh, that was loud. Okay. With that in mind, all right. You know what? We've got a pretty good list. I'm cutting off the list there. So here's what I want to do. I'm gonna scroll through this a couple times, and you know what? Let's leave. No. Okay. First thing we're gonna do is I want your top 2 picks from this short list right here. Okay. Here, I'll blow it up for you a little bit. Okay, I want your top 2 picks from this short list. Then we'll get to that longer list from you guys in just a moment. Okay, so your top 2 picks, go ahead and throw it in the comments. In the meantime, I feel like I need to be doing something fun or funny. I need a hat. I need a funny hat. It's all the way over there. It's not going to work. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, give me your top 2 picks from this list. Okay. Okay. Okay, and now I need to figure out how am I going to. I'm gonna put Nano Tyrannus up here because that marks it on my page so I can see. That's where the voting kind of started, and I will just kind of. Oh, I know what I can do. Oh, no, I can't do that because then it will, it'll take it off of your screen. You need to be able to see the whole thing. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to mark it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 30 more seconds to get your votes in. 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to start tabulating. Okay? So that should give you all a chance to look over this list a little bit. Okay. 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 Wow. Okay. These are coming in hot. All right. So that should do it. All right. I'm going to start tabulating now. So that means, yep, I'm going to start doing this. Okay. There we go. With that in mind, let's see. We've got Dragonflight and Going Postal. We've got Going Postal and A Wrinkle in Time. I haven't read Wrinkle in Time since I was a kid, and I remember just delighting in that. I thought it was really great. Wrinkle in Time and Lovecraft. Going Postal and Song of Ice and Fire. Okay. Redwall and Dragonflight. Oh, a vote for Redwall. Thank you, Alex. Redwall, Wrinkle in Time. Thank you, Jingles. Okay. Greenbone and Greenbone. That's not in there, is it? Unless that's not part of something else, is it? Okay. Well, I'm throwing out the Greenbone and The Witcher because that's not part of this one. Let's see. Song of Ice and Fire from Ian Waldman. Okay. Song of Ice and Fire. And Lovecraft. And that's from Murph. Postal and Dragonflight. Postal and Dragonflight. Great. Oh. There we go. Once a Future King and Lovecraft from Ian. Hey. Okay, I'm just putting this up so I can mark my place. Wrinkle in Time and Lovecraft. Okay. Shades of Magic and Wrinkle in Time. Oh, Shades of Magic hasn't had any votes yet. That's interesting. Oh, shut up. Okay, there we go. Sorry, Ian, I missed your second pick. Okay, Wrinkle in Time. Interesting. Wow, that's a popular pick. Probably because we're all in a similar boat as far as having read it as kids and wondering if it holds up or something like that. Once a Future King. Here we go. Song of Ice and Fire. Okay. All right. Perfect. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay. Chesky sent me a poll thing. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you. Wow. So that's for the next one. Okay. That's awesome. I'm wondering if I can. Okay. Oh, amazing. Thank you, Chesky. That's great. Oh, okay. Chesky sent me like what do you call it? An online app to do a straw poll. But is there a way to limit the number of votes that people can put in there? Because otherwise I just have to go with like honor system. Anyway, okay. But this is interesting. Okay, we'll come back to that in just a sec. But thank you. Yeah, this is I read the first I read most of the first book and then got distracted and never came back to it, and I feel like I'm iffy on reading A Song of Ice and Fire with it being unfinished, but even unfinished, it's kind of like The Name of the Wind. It's one of those things that it is unfinished or not, it is foundational, it is influential. It kind of seems like one of those things we probably ought to read at some point. Okay, cool. So, if you can limit it to 3 votes per person, that would be awesome. If not, that's okay. We'll go honor system, but let me know. And that's what we'll do for the larger list at the bottom. All right, but with that in mind, we have a 3-way tie for second place on Song of Ice and Fire. On Song of Ice and Fire, Going Postal, and Lovecraft. So that's really interesting. I'm actually surprised Dragonflight didn't pull in more. And I am surprised that A Wrinkle in Time pulled in as many as it did. Let's see. Feels like Song of Ice and Fire would take a lot of your time. Well, that's true. Okay, thanks, Chesky. All right. Let's try this one instead. Okay. So we do 1, 2. Oh, interesting. So this one will only let you choose 1 at a time. That's okay. Maybe you can do it more than once. I don't know. Well, no. You know what? We're going to go honor system here, you guys. I'm going to go with the first one, Chesky. And we're going to go honor system. And I'm just going to say, look, I'm sure that there are a lot of things on this list that are interesting to you, that you want us to read, but I am going to ask you to limit it to 3. Okay, so I'm going to share this tab with you so you can see that. So yeah, I'm going to send you all this link in just a moment. You'll be able to choose as many as you like. You can choose as many as you like, honestly, but just try to keep it to 3 just so the numbers don't get crazy. Anyway. Okay. Straw poll can limit to 3. Interesting. Well, anyway, let's use this one for now. So I'm going to post this. Oh. Aha. I beat you to it. Okay. So. Oh, no, you beat me to it. Dang. So yeah, go ahead and cast your votes. I'm going to cast my votes, but you know what? I'm going to do it secretly, so you can't see what I'm voting for from this list. Redwall is on this list, but that was on the short list above. So probably just disregard Redwall for now, but put your others on there. Oh gosh, let's see. Okay. Boy, that was one of the most annoying CAPTCHA things I've ever come across. Okay, so my vote is submitted, and we're going to see. Okay, so we got some live votes coming in. Now I can put this up here. Oh, let's see if we can. Okay, so there are the live votes, and we'll just kind of keep an eye on the top three. Well, yeah, I'll look at some of the others as well. Snow Crash. So yeah, a lot of votes coming in. Make sure you guys pop in there and vote. I'll share this with the Discord server as well. But I'll be honest, because you're here on the live stream, I will end up weighting your votes more heavily than the general Discord server. So don't tell them. Okay. Oh, leaving off Star Wars. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, there may be some ones left off there. Let's see. This is great from Ryan. Feels like A Song of Ice and Fire will be a lot of work to ultimately come to. Well, it's very good, but I wish it were finished. You know, I don't know. I wonder how much I love Grimdark. And this is like the Grimdark, right? Well, okay, no, not quite, but this is definitely up there in the pantheon of Grimdark. And as I'm going through Abercrombie, I mean, I'm gonna publish the next episode here in the next week or two. Actually, now I'm curious when it's coming out. Let me double check for you guys. It looks like the next one. Oh yeah, it is Monday. So the second episode of Before They Were Hanged, I'll put it out there, and I'll tell you, I am frustrated with this series, and it's grim darkness. But I'll explain more about that on the episode. So I'm not sure that I would ultimately come to, well, it's very good. Maybe I would. I mean, I certainly enjoyed the TV series, and I enjoyed that first book that I read through. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So, this is a good way to do it, Nano Tyrannus. One I suggested and one I want to read. That's a good one. Okay. Well, looks like Books of Babel. Okay, Josiah Bancroft and Gormenghast. Wow. Okay. So the Books of Babel are pretty new, right? Yeah, those are within the last decade. Senlin Ascends, Arm of the Sphinx. Okay, interesting. All right. So, yeah, I guess I'll leave that a little bigger. So yeah, if you guys have any other votes you want to throw in there, I'll kind of keep an eye on it as we go. But this is good. This is great. It gives me something to reference as we decide what to do going forward. And maybe it could, like, this could create the short list if we do a pay to vote kind of thing, a donation drive, a fundraiser, whatever you want to call it, where like we pull the top three. Well, that'd be kind of tough with all these ties, but we pull the top three from here, and then the top through two from this list, or, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure out how to do it. I was about to say as fairly as possible, but oh, sorry. Yeah, you guys can't see that. I'll pull some from this list, but ultimately it is, we want to balance what we want to read with what you want to read. But if we don't want to read it, and like if we're not looking forward to it, and if we start reading it and we're not enjoying it, and we don't want to go forward, like I don't want. Somebody said we don't need to burn out any other Legendarium panelists. I don't want to burn out the whole show, so we do have to balance. Like, oh yeah, this is something that we actually want to read. So something to think about. Anyway. Yeah, sorry about that, Chris. But Star Wars is always on the list. Let's be honest. As long as Ryan is a part of this show, and as long as I'm part of this show, frankly, Star Wars is on the list. But it's a good call. Okay, cool. Well, you guys, thanks for the votes. Let me know if you have any other questions, any other burning topics that you want me to address on the live stream today. Let me know. But for now, it looks like we've got a pretty decent short list. So I appreciate you helping me out with that. That's really good. Let's see. What else was I going to ask you about? I was going to ask for your advice on other stuff, dear listeners. But now I can't remember what that was. So I guess it'll have to wait till next week. Anyway, all right. Well, with that in mind, I am going to go record an audiobook. Don't worry, it's not one that you want to listen to. But I'm going to go record an audiobook now that my voice is all warmed up and worn out. I think it's time. So enjoy your weekend, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for a little while on this delightful Friday afternoon, or if you're Lady Sweden, late Friday evening. Appreciate having you guys here week in and week out. It really is nice for me. Hairstyles equal intricate braids. We want a hairstyle poll. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Lady Sweden, next time you're out here, you yeah, that's a good point. Lady Sweden, you can give me all the intricate braids you want. I love it when people braid my hair. It's very soothing. All right, thanks everybody. I will see you all next Friday.